call this meeting of the Bay County Board of Commissioners Committee of the Whole to order. It's Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. It's 4 p.m. Lindsay, will you call the roll, please?
Creed?
Here.
Neiman? Here. Bigot?
I'd entertain a motion to excuse.
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Beeson?
Here.
Ruff?
Here.
Dackett?
Here.
Benajak?
Present.
Quorum present.
Okay. Are there any changes to the agenda? Oops, I'm sorry, I missed that. Pledge of Allegiance, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I forgot the words.
Okay.
It's been so long.
Now, are there any changes to the agenda?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to add resolution number 2025-150, ratified collective bargaining agreement, USW-PT as the final item underneath the petitions and communications. And I'd like to make a motion to go out of order and move closed session to immediately follow public input.
Support.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make the motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Support.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Entertain a motion for approval of the minutes.
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. This time, I would open up to public input. Is there anyone that wants to address the commission? Going once? Going twice? Going three times? Okay, petitions and communications. Or excuse me, we're going to go into closed session. Amber, is it okay for us to go into closed session?
Yes, it will follow, please, Mr. Chair. Benajak?
Yes.
Bigot? Oh, sorry. Beeson?
Yep.
Ruff?
Yes.
Dackett?
Yes.
Neiman?
Yeah.
Creed?
Yes. Amber, could you state that motion for us?
Yes,
So we do it properly.
Yes, I would request that a board member refer the following motion to the full board meeting agenda that immediately follows this committee of the whole meeting. A board member to move that the board follow the recommendation of Attorney Vanderlaan as made during closed session in the immediately preceding committee of the whole meeting as it relates to the Fox versus Isabella County et al. Matter, to approve the entry into and execution of the proposed settlement and cost sharing agreement, and authorize the board chair to sign any and all necessary documents to effectuate the same following review and approval by Attorney Vanderlaan and Corporation Counsel, and approve any and all necessary budget adjustments as required.
So moved. Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We didn't need a roll call vote for that, did we?
No.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and next up, petitions and communications, Bay County Marine Patrol update presented by Scott Carmona. Welcome, Scott.
The sheriff's going to have to speak for one person.
Okay.
So we just have Marine Deputy Carmona and then Marine Deputy Boulders and Lieutenant Pataki. Great presentation that they put together, PowerPoint and slides, just kind of giving an overview right now on the Marine Patrol. A lot of us look at the just patrolling in the summer times. This just kind of goes through, shows like the new airboat you guys helped us get with the grant, a couple of the other new boats we've gotten, our diving team. And we're just trying to kind of look at the program we have at the Sheriff's Office right now, consolidate everything kind of into one group for like budget purposes and just bring everything together. But we thought this is just kind of an overview right now of everything that they've been doing, and I'll let Scott take it from there and get there.
Thank you, Sheriff Cunningham, and thank you all for letting us come speak before you today. And I want to give a shout out to Alex for helping put this presentation there and guide me through some of this stuff and work on it, so we appreciate that. But I've been working with Troy for quite a while now, and as he said, getting some more sense and organization to what we do between the dive team, the sheriff's patrol, the ORV patrols we have in the winter. We have a drone team, we have an underwater drone team, an air drone team. So it's getting more complex, but it's nothing that we can't handle. So this presentation kind of gives you a little bit of information on where we are and what we do, and the massive amount of water that we cover. It's, about 30 miles of shoreline, 188 square miles of water. I think the county has about 456 square miles of land. So the water is a big deal, and we're very busy in the winter. If you go out to the DNR launch in the winter or in the summer, you'll see hundreds of boats out there. #1 destination for ice fishing, huge place for pleasure craft. Any boaters know that. And so it's, and a lot of new people getting into boating. And a lot of the new people don't realize this is like a car, you have to have your own registration. It's not the state's going to send it to you. So we work on that a lot, talking to the public and walking them through what we need to do or what they need to do to make their boat legal, where the no-wake zones are, even the speed limit on the Custodian River in the wintertime. We work with them, just let them know. And, we've had great response. I'd say 99% of everybody that we talk to, we just don't have an issue with. We tell them, you need to do this, you need to do that. And it's a great service that we can do to the community to stop any activity that we don't want. One of my choices is if I see little kids on boats, we give them a little gift certificate to McDonald's for an ice cream cone if they got their life jacket on. But I always like to see the kids in the life jacket, because that would be the toughest thing for any parent to have to deal with. And you guys who've lived here forever, you look what happens right out there at Winona Park on the ice. And one day there's nothing there. Next time we get 3 inches of ice, and you got 250, 300 ice shanties out there. So we're out there ready to go. We practice for this from time to time. We get trained all the time for different things, the maritime search and rescues, some of the equipment on the boats. We have forward-looking, if you want to call it, kind of a radar, but it's more of a visual. It gives us heat sinks of where boats are, especially in the water, in the waves. It is so difficult to try and find a person in a life jacket on our Saginaw Bay in even 3 to 4 foot waves. And I've been out on some of those, and we've passed by them. Luckily, there's been a handful of us out there, and we have found them. We've been very blessed to do that. We just have a lot of activity that maybe not everybody knows about. So we wanted to share some of these things with you. The other day, we had a call out for the search and rescue team. A boat went by rather quickly in the wake zone and flipped over a boat, and 2 kids fell out of one of the little sailboats. And when that happens, we get a call. We have no idea if they have life jackets, no life jackets, but it's one of those things where everybody's got to scramble because you don't know how much time you have. Luckily, everything turned out okay. But those are the times when you just really, really got to get out there and make sure we're engaged with the community, let them know that we're here, let them see our presence. It's just like I tell people, you don't tell the road patrol because it's raining out or snowing out, you don't go on the road. It's just like us. It says we got to be out there. We got to make a presence. We have a lot of fishermen. We have a lot of fishing tournaments. Last year we had a big kayak tournament. The wind was going to blow really bad. Luckily, they all listened. We went to their meeting, their prep meeting, and told them, look, if you haven't been on the Saginaw Bay before and you're out in a kayak fishing, you better be off the water by 7 o'clock or in the rivers. And they all were. So it went on without an incident. Again, a big fishing event comes in. We go make a presentation to them, talk to them about it. Where are you guys fishing? Where are you going to be? And, because we tell them, we got 30 miles to shoreline. And it's a long way, especially because they were fishing all the way up to Quantico. So it's a hike. We have a huge, people, we take it for granted. I've lived here all my life, been on the Bay all my whole life. We just take this for granted. But when we see people come up here and come in and bring all the tourism and all the attractions and all the events, Bass Pro Tournament coming up real quick here. This is just stuff that we are here to help them. You know, we go out on the Coquitlam River when the Coquitlam River watershed has their fundraising event with their kayak, pirate paddle, and, you know, we just hang on the river. You know, we've had people fall out of kayaks, no big deal, because everybody's there. Everybody's expecting somebody, and we're here to help. So, and the people come here and get out on this bay because they trust that it's a safe place to be. And it's amazing what we pull people over for. First-time boaters, big orange life jackets on, don't know how to swim, going full speed through a no-wake zone. And they ask them, hey, do you know, well, we wonder why everybody was going so slow. So it's just those types of incidents that you see and help educate the public. These are some of our boats here, and they're at Pier 7. We have one parked on the sidewalk at the Center 40 at the sheriff's office. We have those two at Pier 7. We have one down at the Coast Guard station. They allow us to use their dock. So depending where we're going or where we're going to be on patrol that day, and these assets that have come through the county, through the sheriff's office, through grants, have been incredible. We got another one on the way, a $390,000 safe boat, which is, you know, and I've been on those in the bay. That's what we need for our Saginaw Bay. It is rough water. The picture on the left is our sheriff's trailer that houses all of our dive equipment, our tanks, our ready center and everything. And it's just, you know, we've kind of outgrown some of this stuff. It's been around forever. Our snowmobiles, we have 4 of them, 2 older ones, 2 newer ones, patrolling up and down the bay, up and down, mostly the Coquitlam River in the bay. We've been up and down the Saginaw. The picture on the right is ice training we did through the winter. Maybe it was in February or March. January. Or it was January. It was cold. And we're in our rubber suits. I think we had about 20 guys there. That was a combination of the dive team, the Marine Patrol, and the Road Patrol. And we have some new equipment, tested out. We were all in the water. We had to be in the water, rescued each other just to practice and work through some of these things. Here's a video of the new airboat. It looks totally different than what you might have ever seen an airboat to be. This is truly a boat. It's really got a helm, a pilot, a co-pilot, a navigator. It's got room for 4, so usually that's the best team you can get out there with. You got 2 guys that can go out and rescue, one to go take the line out to the person being rescued, and then the other one pulling everybody back in. But this is quite the piece of equipment. You've probably never seen anything like this before. And we're just getting used to it. This is a new tool for us. We're practicing with it, but it's a pretty impressive machine. As you can tell, it looks just like a boat, but it's got a big fan on the back end of it. So it's a great tool to have. A lot of our guys have been out in it, but we're going to continue to train on it and see where we're going. Here's the picture on the left is one of the places, one of the storage sheds, I guess, if you call it the Coast Guard station. They allow us to keep a boat in there. One of our other cargo trailers, and then we got some UTV trailers. And then we put I don't know if you guys seen the Quonset hut out at the fairgrounds. That's where we keep a lot of our trailers and 4-wheelers. Looks like the inside of a submarine with the roof coming in. But we'll be talking about that later, you know, someplace to get more consolidated storage. Because it's a reaction time for us. If we have to go from here to there to get a piece of equipment and assemble everybody, it's difficult. We do it now. That's how we have to do it. We got some guy from the station can bring the trailer, somebody can bring the boat or the airboat. So, but it's a all-around project that we're working on to just consolidate and make ourselves much more efficient. On the left is our underwater drone, and that takes a lot of practice. Very difficult to see in the Saginaw River. Very difficult to dive. I dove in the Saginaw River. It is really dark. So we practice in pools. We'll practice in the river. The air drone, just to be over top. We had some pictures. I'm not sure if they're here, but we can bring that up over top of the ice boat if we're going out to rescue someone, so we can see where the cracks are, so we know where we're going to go or where we're going to cross and get out there. Here's a couple training pictures, and we're constantly working on training all the time. The dive team, you can see the ice rescue picture in the upper right. And it takes a lot of effort because the dive team needs support. You need people on land, you need communications, you need command, you need somebody to coordinate it all, especially if you're on an active search and rescue. And as you guys probably know, you can't be under the water 40 minutes, 45, breathing heavy. That's a long time. So we do a lot of training. We want to continue to do more training. Personally, from my perspective, I think we need more training, a lot more, but we always need training. You know, that's our practice. We want to practice for 1,000 hours. We want to work for 1, right? We only want to have an hour long. So the best thing we can do is train ourselves and educate us to what's happening. Here, this scenario is, can you even tell what this picture is? It's a little bit unique. This is actually one of the rescues I was on. This is a guy sitting on the helm of a pontoon boat that is literally sitting in the water at a 40-degree angle like this. He's sitting up here on the steering wheel, and you can see the double amputee guy in the bottom. He's got his arm over his head holding the seat, sliding out. This was a call we had early this year. We got the call, we were on duty at 8:30, we got the call at 8:45, we're in the Saginaw River. We got the call, the boat was sinking, okay? And some of the logistics of where people think they are in their bay is really difficult. We're somewhere by Finn Road, okay? So we know where Finn Road is, we're on the bay a lot, so we get dispatched at 8:45. And so we had 2 other guys on the boat with me, and we shoot out around the island, and if you know the island, the northwest corner of the island with the northeast wind and the current on the Saginaw Bay, if you ever go around that island, you're going to encounter maybe 5-6 foot waves there because the wind blowing in, the current going out, it's very turbulent. If you don't know that and you hit those waves in a boat, you're airborne. So again, it's some of the experience that we've had. But 8:45, we got the call, get around the corner. 8:58, we had them in sight. They were 3 miles, 2 to 3 miles from where they thought they were. But again, we kind of had an idea where they were. At 9 o'clock, we were on the boat. We tied up to that boat. At 9:04, we had them in the boat. As soon as we released our ropes from that boat capsized. That's how close they were to being in the water. People say, well, it's only 6 feet, 7 feet of water, maybe 8. It's over your head. And this was, it doesn't look much in this picture, but we got out there, it was 2 to 3 foot waves and building. At the end of the day, we were out still at the end of that day, and there's probably 2 to 4s. So it was pretty rough. But these guys out there in the middle of nowhere, and because we were here, because we were trained, we had the right equipment, they were very fortunate. They were very, very fortunate to be. But it was when you think about from a time to get a call on the water, to the time you have them in the boat, 17 minutes, 19 minutes, that's really, really, really fast. But these guys were really nice guys. You know, we got the first guy off as we were tied up, got him to the front of the boat, got him secured, and both the other deputies with us had to go on the other boat. The other gentleman was a double amputee in a wheelchair. His wheelchair's laying over the edge. We had to bring him on board. We had to go get his wheelchair, get him in it, get him secured on the boat. So every rescue, every search, everything, it's always different. And I don't know if you can tell, but in the middle of that picture, you can see it's the seat. If you see the black thing in the water back by the anchor light, that's the engine is actually underwater. The motor of the boat is underwater. That's how close these guys, when we got there, they were to going over. But it's just an example, a recent example that we can share with you, that all the training and all the activities that we do at the Sheriff's Department, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that can make one thing happen. As you've heard, we've had some federal cuts. It's bouncing around, but we shouldn't be dependent on them anyway. It's a small part of our budget. We do what we need to do, whether that money comes from the feds or not. We're Bay County, we're guardians of the water, we're gonna get it done. But just you guys are aware of that. And I wanted to make sure that if you find where they're gonna refund or reconstitute that federal funding, we'd love to know about it. So this is a couple of our boats, but I'm open for questions. Fire a question at us, we're wide open for you.
Sure, I don't have a question, I just have a comment. Thank you, Scott, for your leadership, along with your colleagues on the Marine Patrol, and Lieutenant Lataki and Sheriff Troy Cunningham. We really appreciate the team we have in place, especially with the cutbacks in the search and rescue for the Coast Guard. And I think people who live around the Saginaw Bay feel very confident about the kind of patrolling and marine safety programs that you engage the public with. So I just want to say, Scott, I know you worked hard on this with the sheriff. I think it's a great proposal and something that will enhance the effectiveness of our Marine Patrol going forward or for decades to come. Good plan.
I was just going to echo that as well. Thank you for all you guys do, the Marine Patrol and the Sheriff Department. And I think that as part of the budget process, they're going to have a proposal for us to continue funding this and
Go forward that proposal.
yeah, that will be coming, but, I invited them to this meeting to present to all of us, what they actually do and just, enlighten us on what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. Cassie, you have a question?
Was anything alcohol-related with your rescues?
Not in that one, no.
Oh, that's-
They thought they hit something going out. They weren't sure. They called into 911. We were dispatched. We got out there. Our first thing is life. We took a quick assessment as we got up to it. There's ropes in the water. There's gas in the water. We generally don't want to tie up to a sinking boat, right? But this situation warranted it. They were on the verge of capsizing, but we did not see any evidence of that, did not smell any evidence of that.
Okay,
And
that's-
the gentlemen were very thankful.
That's good.
It's a great turnout.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a great turnout.
I was watching a video from Florida, and that seemed to be what they were dealing with, and so that's why I was wondering if we had any of that going on here.
No, they think they hit something. We went back to get some scene pictures, and we tried to make an assessment of the boat. The boat had capsized and was a third of the way underwater. It had to be a tour in the sponge or something. But the same day, we had another rescue on the bay, and the same day, it was 4 young kids in a boat. They got out of the mouth. We're not sure if their boat just quit or if they ran out of fuel. In any event, young kids, they anchored from the bow of the boat into the waves, and they were taking water over the bow. And again, they just don't know that, hey, turn your boat sideways, turn it back.
The bay can be.
They're just unaware they have a bilge pump. You say first thing, hey, turn your bilge pump on, and oh yeah. So, but and that was not they were in danger, but it wasn't life threatening. But some of those things just happen quickly.
Thank you for all that you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Daka has a question as well.
Thank you. So I had the pleasure of joining Mr. Carmona out a couple weeks ago on a Saturday afternoon, and it is a really great experience if you've not taken them up on it. Seemed like every third boat or so we were informing of the laws and the rules on things, and they were very nice to the people and saying like, hey, this is wrong, you got to take care of this. So there's a lot of that. On the capsize, there are logs that end up vertical along the edge of the channel quite regularly, and I know the Coast Guard takes care of them if they're in the channel. Is that correct? Do we do anything if they're outside? I've seen boats come through very, very fast in areas where I'm like, oh, I know there's a log right there. Like, you really shouldn't be doing that. And so I can only imagine that's probably what happened in the case of the pontoon is they hit one of those logs. That's just...
Yeah, they were out in the middle of the bay. Yeah, they could have hit a dead head or a log floating.
Yeah. So probably the case in that circumstance, but just it's dangerous. So is there any... Are we filling in those gaps in the future with the Coast Guard kind of pulling out, or are they going to continue removing those? Because those are really dangerous to move around.
If it's a navigable waterway and it's a safety threat, then we're going to make that assessment. We can call Towboat USA. We can call the Saginaw Bay Watershed Association. They'll come out and help. And if it's something that's dangerous, we're not going to allow somebody to hit it because you just don't know. Just like you said, you don't see those unless you're really an experienced boater, you're not looking out there 200 feet in front of you when you're going 30 miles an hour.
Right.
But that's what you need to do, because it's more than a pothole in the road if you hit that.
Right, yeah.
And it's more than the pothole.
Sometimes they're this far under the water too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As an example of that, I was on patrol Friday night, and we got a call. I was at Wheeler Landing with my partner, and we got a call that there was a 16-foot Malibu boat dead in the water, taking on water. They said they were at buoy 20. They didn't tell us which way it was, the red ones or the green ones. Anyway, we got to them and pulled them in and got them into the DNR dock. There was an 8-year-old on that boat with, the parents were in their early 30s probably. They went up to the Zilwaukee Bridge and were coming back. They think they hit something, but didn't think there was any problem. They got out in the bay and there was a problem. So, you know, it's not just about keeping the waterway safe to make sure that we do the, you know, the no wake zone and we have registrations. We're out there actually saving people. And most people don't know that this even occurs. I mean, if I didn't tell you this, there's no way that you would know this happened on Friday night.
Right.
It's just,
And we just quietly do our thing, quite frankly. I mean, if somebody needs help, we just react.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate everything you guys do and look forward to hearing the budget request. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Tim?
Yeah, thank you both and all that. We know we have our township fire departments assisting with you a lot of rescues and all that stuff. And I'm a boater, I live on the water, and I've seen this, and this is the last few years we've had leniency on boater education. We get these younger generations, 16-year-olds, 17, driving these jet skis, going between the boats and doing wakes, you know, here and there. And are you seeing a lot of that this year out there? The jet skis
When we're
going
on
between the
bay,
boats?
When they're supposed to stay 100 feet away. They can jump a wake. You gotta be 100 feet away. Most of them wanna cut it closer because the wake's bigger, as you've seen.
Yeah.
But when we see the youth doing that, we'll go up and talk to them, and we'll educate them. You know, it just depends. Boaters Beach is another, it's a beautiful place for us who live around here to go, and there's hundreds of boats out there and hundreds of people in the water. So if you've seen them rafted up, if any of you guys been out there to Boaters Beach, it's just a beautiful place to be. So that from time to time, you know, we gotta go talk to a few people. Just the way it is.
We've had a lot of noise issues out there and other stuff out there, so you've been there, so you know.
Yeah, we've been there. Yep. And most of, you know, just real frankly, we're going up there with a nice demeanor, just chatting with them. How's your day going? What, you know, would you mind turning the music down? Or, you know, you got a big group here and maybe slide down, you know, a couple 100 feet. And most people are very reasonable about that. I mean, you know, the sheriff has told us, you know, kill them with kindness. And that's what we do. And, you know, we're here to educate them. We're here to help them. We don't want to have to go out, you know, and pick somebody up, let alone, you know, do a search and rescue for a body. That's the last thing we want to do, is try and do any of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your presentation and for coming today.
Yeah.
All right.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I would entertain a motion to receive the report.
So moved.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next up, Personnel Director. Item 1, ratified collective bargaining agreements. Seeking board approval of collective bargaining agreements for TPOAM, District Court, USW Probate Court, POLC, Central Dispatch, and USW Full-Time. Authorization for board chair to sign approval of required budget adjustments. The resolution attached. I entertain a motion for that.
Motion approved.
Support. Motion's been moved and supported. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Recreation and Facilities, part-time custodian position for Canteen. Entertain a motion.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item C, Recreation and Facilities Director, Bay County Community Center Pool Project Financing.
Move to approve.
Support.
Been moved and supported. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I'm sorry, is there any discussion on that? With that? Okay, motion carries. Finance, item 1, analysis of general fund equity 2025.
Motion to receive.
Any support? There's been a motion to receive. Is there any support?
Commissioner
Support.
Neal.
Oh, I'm
She
sorry.
supported here.
It's been moved and approved. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 2, update regarding Executive Directive 2007-11.
Move to receive.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 3, annual review, adjustment of fund balance, budget stabilization fiscal year ending December 31, 2024. Entertain a motion.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 4, staffing change from purchasing agent 2 to entry-level accountant.
Move to approve.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item E, payables, general.
Move to approve.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? See no discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Office of Assigned Counsel, June report.
Move to receive.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Are there any referrals? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Contract.
Oh, yeah. The item that we had added, a motion to add resolution 2025-150, a ratified collective bargaining agreement, United Steelworkers part-time as the final item under petition.
Move to approve.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any unfinished business? Any new business? Corporate counsel, is there any need to go to closed session at this time?
Mr. Chair.
Okay. Is there any miscellaneous? Is there any announcements?
Just want to remind everybody, National Night Out's going on in Winona Park, starting right now, 5 to 8 o'clock. A lot of police, fire departments will be down there. A lot of things in the county. It's a nice night out tonight.
Okay. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
I just had an announcement. The fair was really nice. So great job to everybody who was involved in putting on the county fair, and it was a really, really cool thing. So.
Any other announcements?
Move to adjourn.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.